Opponent looking to catch the Leaf Blade on Altaria, but the only thing they're going to catch is the work of Foul Play. Foul Play goes unshielded, takes down Altaria, and it is Sableye in the back. We are almost at the back-to-back Leaf Blades. One will be drawing the final shield from the opponent. The second will land for big damage, but what they can do, I can also do. Stay in school, kids, learn to count, and that is the most ridiculous sack swap you will see, catching the return on my own Sableye. So let's get into today's video. Grab a snack, buckle up, because it is time for my favourite memes team / dream team. We got the triple dark, triple shadows featuring Shiftry, Sableye and Drapion. And let me fucking tell you, we are super weak to things like Charm, Obstagoon and Scrafty. But I'm all about that content life, and we are going to find some absolute fantastic battles in today's video. So without any further ado, let's just jump straight into it. And in game one, we find that thing that beats the entirety of our team, Scrafty. We say switch into Drapion and they meet us with Nidoqueen. Not the worst matchup in the world. Crunch draws a shield from the opponent. They really want to maintain that really positive matchup they have in the lead, but they go straight Poison Fang. That's an easy no shield on my part, and I am going to be firing off Crunch number 2, fishing for the defense drop, which we do not get. The opponent once again fires on 5. Know your IVs. I will survive this, and hopefully will make one last Crunch. Drapion survives, 1 HP and a dream. This will either flip switch or force all shields down. We managed to get all shields down, but this is still really tricky. We've got 0 play with the Shiftry to stay in school, kids. Learn to count. We are going to sack on a potential Earth Power. Let's see if we pulled it off. Earth Power lands for pretty huge resisted damage. Our Shiftry is super low. I'm hoping to make a Leaf Blade. When that Scrafty returns, the opponent makes a fantastic catch, or at least they would think, catching the Leaf Blade on Jellicent. Can we snarl down? No, we cannot. They're at 2, there's 3, there's 4. We farm down before even reaching a Bubble Beam, and that's all she wrote. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see the Tin Can in the lead. Pretty good matchup for Shiftry. Absolutely everyone I have seen use the Tin Can baits me with a Zap Cannon. We've already seen how much damage resisted moves do, so I'm always going to shield that up. The opponent has debuffed my attack, but like Shiftry, gives a flying fuck. 1 stage debuff, they're still deep into the yellow, and I'm going straight Foul Play. If you are a Shiftry user, they always shield the second, but I am Mr. No Baits. We go for Foul Play number 2. We draw a shield from the opponent. I am going to shield up this second move because Shiftry, ahead in energy, is lethal. I'm now going to overfarm as much as I dare. We're at the back-to-back Foul Play. I dare the opponent to put up shield number 2 because you'll be eating Foul Play number 2. Down goes Registeel after one more snarl. What is the opponent gonna come in with? They are having a big think. Are they core broken by Shiftry? Oh, hi Sableye. You aren't going to appreciate these debuffed Leaf Blades. First Leaf Blade lands for big damage. I throw one more snarl. Fire off Leaf Blade number 2. This should be drawing a shield from the opponent, which it does. And we are going to look to outpace to the next Leaf Blade. This Sableye is going to be a sacrificial lamb. Feed me whatever you have in the back. And in the back is a Swampert. And that is a good game. Moving on to the next battle. We see Mandibuzz in the lead. It is on Snarl, but let's not kid ourselves. This is a pretty bad matchup. So I look to catch the Aerial Ace on Drapion. The opponent smartly doesn't throw, but they are going to throw some energy anyway. They throw an Aerial Ace. Drapion soaks it up, and here comes the big Tin Can. Once again, not the worst matchup for Drapion, especially ahead on energy. We need to get a defense drop. Do we get it? Yes, we do. So we are going to go for Crunch number 2. Can we get a double debuff on the Registeel? Yes, we fucking can. You love to see it. Registeel is going to dump energy, and I'm absolutely going to allow our Drapion to go down. And now I'm in a bit of a tricky spot. I really don't know what to do. So I'm going to come in with Sableye and look to commit to the farm down. Once again, we know that Mandibuzz will be returning, but at least we can hit him for super effective with the Power Gem. The opponent throws Aerial Ace, perhaps expecting the switch. I stay in, and I am going to show them that we are on the super effective Power Gem. Does the opponent respect the damage? Yes, they do. As they went, expected the catch. Do they expect the catch this time? I'm really hoping I've caught a Foul Play, but the opponent is going straight Aerial Ace, and I am getting pretty tilted. I fire off a Foul Play. You should go Leaf Blade. They're both resistant. Leaf Blade does the same damage for less energy, but at this stage, we are going to play the correct move and get over my stupid fucking tilt. When you're on these absolutely stupid teams, there is always a chance that you are going to get absolutely fucked up. You can see that we are surviving these snarls. I'm already at Leaf Blade. Number 2 in the back is a Jellicent. Holy crap. And they're on Bubble. Jellicent, are you going to shield this Leaf Blade? You are not. Can we snarl down? No, we cannot. But we are going to get rid of this Jellicent with a Leaf Blade. And then it is going to be time for our Sableye to clean up this battle. The Mandibuzz is getting pretty low. We've just got to reach the back-to-back foul plays. I'm going to shield up absolutely everything, and once again they fire off an aerial ace. Is this Mandibuzz single move? I don't fucking know, but we are going to get to foul play number 1, drawing the shield, and we're going to outpace the flying Umbreon to foul play number 2, and that's going to be all she wrote. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see that Bear Trap, Galarian Stunfisk in the lead. Not a bad matchup for Shiftry. Most grass types like to see the Bear Trap, but not really Shiftry, as ouch, that rock slide did fucking big damage. We are going to start spamming out Leaf Blades. First Leaf Blade lands for decent damage. Can we outpace the number 2? Shiftry says, of fucking course we can. Leaf Blade number 2 should knock out or draw a shield. The opponent chooses to shield it up, and they are now over farming. We sneak a Snarl, so we can play out the 1 shield now. I'm going to shield up the next rock slide. I'm going to throw 1 more Snarl, hit the Leaf Blade. Is the opponent willing to double shield their Galarian Stunfisk? Yes, they are. At this stage now, we are at Leaf Blade number 3, but fuck it. I'm going to allow Shiftry to go down, come in with Sableye and commit to the Shadow Claw. Farm down. We are counting fast moves. This is just a rock slide. Sableye, even though it's XL'd off, it's absolute fucking nut. Being a rank 1 Shadow, it still lands for decent damage. We are now into the yellow, but we still have a shield. They switch out into the Mighty Blue Mouse, and Drapion is absolutely feasting because in the back, they have Trevenant. Crunch is going to be taking care of Trevenant. High tree, by tree, back out comes Azumeril, and this should be all she wrote. We are on Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb is going to land on the Azumeril for huge damage. We've still got a shield. The opponent thinks, fucking hell, and that's all she wrote. Moving on to the next battle. Alola Ninetales in the lead. What do you do in this battle? Well, pretty much fucking lose. We're going to fire off a Leaf Blade. The opponent lets it go. We're going to dip out into Drapion, and they meet us with a Metachan. Not a bad matchup, but we are going to be pretty fucked. I've got no idea how to deal with A9 lead. It is pretty detrimental to the entire squad. If I was to switch into Sableye, they'd just stay in and charm me down. So we go into our only real counter of Drapion. However, being part dark, we're still getting neutral from Charm, so even that isn't the best response when shields are up. But we do manage to get shield advantage from this Metachan, and obviously I can't return with Shiftry, so I'm going to have to reveal my 3rd Pokemon, which is Sableye. As they've got a Charmer in the lead, I am going to shield up an Ice Punch and look to commit to the farm down, as I need all the fucking health that I can get. The opponent comes in to Politoed. I'm looking to overfarm, expect them to expect the catch. They throw immediately, and now I'm very, very salty. I didn't attempt to sack swap. The opponent is staying in, so I'm going to look to sack on the 2nd Weather Ball. The opponent smartly doesn't throw. We get charmed down pretty instantly. I'm going straight for the foul play. Will foul play be enough to knock out? The opponent survives on 1 HP and a dream. I'm really pissed off. I didn't go for the Power Gem. We are going to have to shield up this Weather Ball. We aren't going to be able to get to 2 moves before Politoed. So I rage quit the match. GG's, Mr. Opponent. Moving on to the next battle, we see Arachnid in the lead. Holy crap, Shiftry really doesn't want to see any sort of bug moves, as we are double weak to that, and Shiftry, even when taking neutral, is pretty fucked in most neutral matchups. We switch out into our Drapion. The opponent meets us with a Swampert. Hydro Cannon nearly knocks out. We should be able to get shield advantage here. Will this Crunch draw a shield from the opponent? Yes, it does, but we are going to get Mudshot farm down, which is absolutely fucking brutal. We come back in with the Shiftry. The opponent farms up a boatload of energy. I'm going to respect a potential Sludge Wave, but obviously being Shiftry, we are going to get baited with a Hydro Cannon. You hate to see it. We are going to tank 1, and you're going to see Hydro Cannon absolutely fucking busted. It lands for decent damage. We're now into the yellow, but we have loads of residual energy. Good to go. Back out comes Arachnid. They are part water typers. We're going to spam out a neutral Leaf Blade. It lands for decent damage. We're going to fire off Leaf Blade number 2, looking to get the final shield from the opponent. They don't give it to me, so we switch out now into Sableye. This should just be a bubble beam, so I am going to no shield. Sableye is going to be debuffed, but what have they got hiding in the back? And it is the big fat walrus. This is looking pretty terrible. We are going to spam out a foul play. Does foul play land? No, it does not. The opponent is over farming. Should I commit my final shield here? I don't fucking know. I don't really think there's a win con. We let it go. We are going to make the foul play. Foul play debuffed isn't going to do enough damage. I really needed to make the Power Gem, but I do need a shield for my Shiftry. We get Powder Snow down, and we're going to get obliterated by Powder Snows. We shield it up. We're at the Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade will be taking care of the Walrus, but you can see we're solo on health. It's going to be Snarl versus Infestation or Bug Bite, whatever they're on. Either way, we are looking fucked. GG's to the opponent. Let's see if we can get back to winning ways in this next battle. We see the Mighty Blue Mouse in the lead. The opponent attempts to make a catch on their Altaria, so I meet them with Drapion. Drapion is pretty decent in this matchup. We do win the 1 shield or the 0 shield. Let's see what I choose to do. I land the crunch. The opponent doesn't shield it up. I know I survived this sky attack and get to crunch number 2, so I'm going to put it all on the opponent. Do you want to take switch advantage? Either way, I couldn't really give a fuck. I just want shields down. The opponent shields the first one. That is pretty decent for me. I'm going to come in with the Sableye. The opponent doesn't build to the Moonblast, so I am going to allow this to go down. It lands for decent damage. Can I Shadow Claw down? No, I cannot. So we come in with Shiftry and we snarl down. We are now absolutely loaded. The opponent has Registeel in the back, and you already know that Shiftry this far ahead on energy is going to be deleting this tin fucking can. We land the first foul play. We're going for foul play number 2. That lands. It actually doesn't land. What am I on about? The opponent shields it up, but we're at foul play number 3. This one is definitely going to land, and the opponent is now deep into the red, so we can shield this up and look to go for the Snarl farm down. We snilled up the Focus Blast. The opponent comes in to Azumeril, and Azumeril is absolutely not going to appreciate this Leaf Blade, or will they? This is where you're going to see we are getting a whole boatload of lag. We finally unfreeze, and now you can see this is actually 4.5 times speed. This battle was absolutely brutal, so I've edited it out to try and make it a bit more bearable. So this is 4.5 seconds for every second you are watching. Yep, I was pretty much thinking, am I going to get fucked? We finally unfreeze. I think I now slow the recording back down. We are going to shield up the Play Rough or Ice Beam. We are going to outpace this Azumeril to the Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade is going to be taking care of the Azumeril. Hopefully, yet more lag. Hello, game. Game, we unfreeze. And it's just the Registeel in the back. We're still lagging. That's how much lag we've got with the squishiest team in the world. The timer comes up, but we managed to take that battle. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see the Bear Trap once again in the lead. You've already seen this play out. Not a bad matchup for Shiftry. The opponent denies me. You absolutely hate to see it. We are going to tank 1 Rock Slide. You know it's going to land for decent damage. We are going to fire off Leaf Blade number 1. It should do around 50% of health of the Galarian Stunfisk. We're going to outpace to Leaf Blade number 2. Does the opponent want to shield it up? Yes, they do. The opponent throws once again. I could shield this up, and that looks like that exactly what I am going to do, and we are going to outpace to Leaf Blade once again. Is the opponent willing to go down 2 shields, or is Shiftry going to beat the Bear Trap? We take out the Bear Trap, and that is a pretty good situation, as we really want alignment with this team. The opponent comes into Trevenant, so I bank a Leaf Blade, switch out into Drapion, and they have Azumeril in the back. Azumeril really is not going to appreciate this Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb, if it goes unshielded, is going to land for big damage. The opponent doesn't shield it up. They are firing off a charge move. I am going to shield this up. We shield up a Play Rough. I'm now going to look to overfarm as much as I physically can. We are almost at 100 energy. I'm going to fire off a Crunch, seeing if the opponent wants to shield it up. They do not. We've got Crunch number 2, so this should be drawing a shield from the Trevenant, which it does. We're going to show them that we've got Sableye. As soon as the opponent dumps energy, we're going to force them to Shadow Ball us. Drapion tanks the Shadow Ball. Obviously not. It gets taken out. But Sableye comes in and the opponent thinks, fucking hell, triple dark. What the fuck are you thinking? Well, I'm thinking I counter teams like you, my opponent. Moving on to the next battle. We see the Mini-Lax in the lead. The Muncher himself, Mr. Munchlax. Not a bad matchup for our Shiftry, as we do resist the lick damage and we can actually tank a Body Slam. Well, sort of. We're in the red, so not really, but we aren't going to get licked down just yet, so we are going to fire off Leaf Blade number 2. The opponent shields it up, but if they don't throw, we're going to make Leaf Blade once again. The opponent obviously doesn't realise how spammy Shiftry is. The opponent double shields and they throw on CMP. The opponent is in a right fucking mess here. They take us out with a Body Slam. We can come in to Drapion and we should CMP tie to the next Body Slam, but Drapion has the higher attack. So we're just going to get rid of this thing as soon as possible. Get fucked, Munchlax. What is in the back? The opponent is waiting out the time, and we've got 2 shields. They come in to Bastiodon, so I'm going to spam out a few crunches, hoping to get a defense drop on Wallface. First crunch lands, no defense drop, so I'm going to throw crunch number 2. Show me the defense drop. Come on, game. Give me some luck with this absolute meme team. Crunch number 2 does get the defense drop, so I switch out into Sableye. The Shadow Claws are now doing even more damage. I'm going to shield up absolutely anything, and the opponent throws a Flash Cannon. I don't know what to say, and the opponent then quits the match. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see Defense Deoxys in the lead. I've got 2 better responses in the back, so I say switch into my Drapion, and the opponent is staying in. Crunch is going to land for decent damage unless the opponent shields. They do shield it up, and we get the defense drop, so I'm going to fire off Crunch number 2. The opponent is still staying in. I've got no idea why. They actually let the second one go through, and we get a double defense drop. Drapion absolutely going off. They fire off a Thunderbolt and snipe me with Scrafty. Not fantastic. The core breaker has been found once again, so I'm going to come in with Sableye. Not a great matchup really, as the dark typing is resisting Ghost. They resist Foul Play. We are Shadow. We have no return, so not fantastic. I correctly shield up a Foul Play, and I'm going to start spamming out Power Gems. Power Gem does do better damage per energy, so if you are unfortunately stuck in this matchup with Sableye, that is the correct move to go for. Once again, I am going to hopefully shield up a Foul Play. The opponent isn't baiting, and we correctly shield 2 Foul Plays. I am going to fire off a Foul Play now at this Scrafty. They are pretty much in Foul Play range. The opponent shields it up. Can we outpace? Yes, we can. Sableye has absolutely done a number on this Scrafty. Well, not really. So I committed 2 shields. And the opponent survived 1 HP and a Dream. And the next Foul Play did take me out. We come in, snarl down with our Shiftry. And Shiftry with no shields is not in the best spot. The opponent makes a great catch onto the Defense Deoxys, so I'm going to no bubble it. We'll be able to snarl down. We're only going to get to 1 move anyway, so that swap didn't really do anything. You are going to see that 1 Leaf Blade isn't going to be enough to take him out. Perhaps if I didn't throw and snarled him all the way down, which I don't think we could because I would have made a Psycho Boost, we still would have fucking lost. But GG's to the opponent. Shiftry with no shields, pretty fucking terrible. Moving on to the next one, we see Scrafty in the lead. This is exactly why you don't really want to run meme teams in the Great League, as that is absolutely dreadful. But what isn't dreadful is Azumeril coming into a loaded Drapion. We're going straight Sludge Bomb. We draw a shield from the opponent. We are already at Sludge Bomb number 2, and that lands for decent damage. Holy crap, this Azumeril is exiled off its absolute nut, and that didn't do as much damage as it normally does. They fire off an Ice Beam, and then they bubble us down. We unfortunately don't make another move, but I'm hoping that shield advantage with Sableye is going to do something endgame. We've already seen that it can almost handle Scrafty in some situations, but Shiftry can also handle it if it has an absolute boatload of energy. So that's exactly what I am going to look to do here. Stay in school, kids. Learn to count. I am going to switch in my Sableye into Azumeril on 5, catching the Ice Beam. We will be able to Shadow Claw down unless the opponent switches out. They do switch out into Registeel. We are going to chip it with a Foul Play. Foul Play lands for decent damage. The opponent's still hanging on to 1 shield. I am going to allow Sableye to go down and hope that Shiftry with a shield can perform miracles. We're at 100 energy, so I fire off the Foul Play. I go for a cheeky undercharge. The undercharge is a fucking beauty. We snarl down. We've got a load of residual energy. Good to go, but the opponent still has a shield, so we're looking a bit fucking fucked. Back out comes the Scrafty. They're already at a power-up punch. I allow the first one to go down. We get a denial, which is fantastic. I'm not sure that's how the game's intended, but we fire off the first Leaf Blade. We go for yet another Leaf Blade. This one should be drawing the shield from the opponent, which it does. Can we make another one? Yes, we can, but we are now deep into the red. Please tell me we survive the bubbles and make 1 more Leaf Blade, but unfortunately we lose a heartbreaking game. GG's to the opponent. In hindsight, I really should have shielded up that power-up punch, and we would have actually won. Moving on to the next battle, we see Shadow Vic in the lead. We do resist Razor Leaf, but fucking hell, it looks super effective. We get absolutely obliterated by resisted Razor Leaf, but we are going to make back-to-back Foul Plays, drawing both shields from this Vix. We come in to Drapion. Once again, we are resisting Razor Leaf, and Drapion actually looks like it does resist it. They go for an Acid Spray, and now the Razor Leaf is absolutely tearing through us. We're going to take him out with this Crunch as soon as possible and immediately spam out my Sableye. The opponent comes in to a Lantern, and it is Umbreon in the back. Holy crap, this is not fantastic. We are going to be spamming out Power Gems, but Power Gem really doesn't do enough damage without Stab. Niantic, if you're watching, I know you're not, but please, someone point this in the direction of Niantic. Please buff Power Gem for fuck's sakes. We're going to shield up absolutely everything. This Umbreon throws, we're going to have to look to sack at some stage. We are shielding up yet another Foul Play. We are going to go straight for this Power Gem. I really hope my switch timer pops back up at some stage. Does it pop up? No, it does not. We will survive 1 Foul Play, but it's going to put us deep into the red. Lantern is super bulky as well. I eventually look to sack my Drapion, and that is a fantastic catch. We catch the foul play. That is resisted. Can we make a crunch onto this Lantern? Yes, we can. If we get the defense drop, we might actually win this game. Come on, show me the defense drop. We get the defense drop. Lantern sparks down, but Sableye is absolutely going to win CMP. Foul play will be taken care of Lantern, which it does. Can we reach the foul play against Umbreon? We actually Shadow Claw down and somehow we pull off a miracle victory. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see Shadow Swampert in the lead. They immediately say switch into his partner of crime, which is obviously Skarmory, a core I run quite often on this channel when I'm not out here meme team, dream teaming. We go straight for the foul play. That draws a shield from the opponent. The opponent is farming up to what could be a Brave Bird. I know they're going to Sky Attack, but I'm going to shield up anyway. We are then once again going to look to CMP tie on the next Sky Attack. Foul play will not carry, but it will get him pretty low. The opponent lets it go, and this is going to be an easy decision for me. I'm absolutely going to shield it up. As when Swampert does return, they might think they don't need to shield a foul play, but let me fucking tell you, Shadow Swampert does not eat foul play from a Shadow Sableye for a few more Shadow Claws and fire off the foul play. Is the opponent willing to shield? No, they are not, and they are now deep into the red. They throw absolutely beautiful timing. The opponent is playing really well despite hard losing lead. I come back in to my Shiftry and it's Trevenant in the back, and the opponent concedes the match. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see Nidoqueen in the lead. Obviously dreadful for our Drapion. The opponent is building up towards an Earth Power, so I am going to fire for Crunch. Looking for the defense drop. The opponent no shields. They're at the Earth Power. My big fucking cojones are going to say you are baiting, and bait they do. They now switch out into Sableye with the defense drop. All they need to do is go for a foul play, but Drapion is going to fire for Crunch first. Crunch lands for decent damage. They CMP time me. Drapion loses CMP to the Sableye, which is unfortunate. The opponent takes me out with a resisted foul play, and now I'm still in a really tricky spot. I come in to my Shiftry. I need to overfarm. The opponent throws once again a foul play. Foul play is resisted, but we've already seen Shiftry can't tank a hit. For fucking shit, I overfarm to almost 100 energy. Leaf Blade will be taking care of the Sableye, and now we are almost at back-to-back Leaf Blades. I am going to fire off a Leaf Blade at this Nidoqueen from this range. It will knock out the opponent, shields it up, and I switch out into Sableye. Once again, the opponent builds up a boatload of energy. I'm going to call the Poison Fang bait. It is a Poison Fang bait. The opponent is going to fire off Poison Fang number 2, and I need to start shielding something, even though it is resisted. We do shield it up. We look to Shadow Claw down, and the opponent concedes the match. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see Altaria in the lead. Not fantastic. We say switch into Drapion, and the opponent is staying in, so I am going to fire for Crunch at this Altaria, seeing what they want to do. They allow it to go down, and the opponent is firing off a Sky Attack. I am going to shield this up, hoping they're weak to Drapion in the back, but they're apparently not, as they've got a Regirock. So great play from the opponent, forcing me to shield, which was a pretty fucking shitty shield. Regirock tanks the first Crunch. We're now at Crunch number 2. This won't knock out, but we'll put the Regirock deep into the red. The opponent shields it up anyway, and they fire off what should be a Stone Edge, and that's going to be more than enough to take care of my Drapion. I'm going to come back in with my Shiftry and look to load up on energy. The opponent is going to fire off a Stone Edge. I highly doubt we do survive, so obviously I shield it up. The opponent then looks to catch a Leaf Blade on Altaria, but all they're going to catch is the work of Shiftry. Is the opponent willing to commit their final shield? No, they are not. Foul play takes care of the Altaria, and it is Sableye in the fucking back. We already know that Shiftry has a pretty good matchup here. First Leaf Blade draws the shield. We're at Leaf Blade number 2, and this is where I am going to BM, because whatever the opponent can do, I can do as well. Stay in school, kids. Learn to count. I look to catch a return on my Sableye. Have we caught a return? Yes, we have. That is resisted, and it does not do too much damage. We commit to the Shadow Claw, farm down, back out comes Regirock, and foul play is going to be enough to take this game. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see Trevenant in the lead. Absolutely beautiful for our Shiftry. They switch out into the Bear Trap, and I'd probably say Shiftry is our best response. I'm going to allow the first Rock Slide to hit me, and you've already seen, fucking hell, it does a lot of damage. Our Shiftry, though, is absolutely loaded, full of energy. We fire off Leaf Blade number 1. The opponent no shield, so I'm going to fire off Leaf Blade number 2. Are you going to shield, Mr. Opponent? Yes, you are. So we are going to look to get to Leaf Blade number 4, but the opponent beats me there, so I am going to shield up the Rock Slide. Rock Slide goes shielded, and I'm going to look to build up to the back-to-back Leaf Blades. If the opponent shields, I'm just going to go back-to-back. The opponent realises that we've got so much energy, they allow it to go down. Let's see what the opponent comes back in with. They come back in 2 Trevenants. I'm going to fire off this Foul Play and allow Shiftry to go down, as I want Drapion on this Trevenant, as Sableye has a bit of a dodgy matchup, especially when they head on energy. I come in to Drapion. They can have Registeel in the back, so this is not a bad spot to be in. We do tank any one move, so I'm going to allow this to hit my Sableye. They go for the Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon lands for big damage. I'm going to look to get towards back-to-back Foul Plays. Foul Play, if it goes unshielded, even debuff, does do decent damage, and the opponent doesn't even have any shield. So I'm going to make Foul Play number 2, and this is also going to get him deep into the red. The opponent fires off a charge move, and this game is over. Focus Blast takes me out. All I've got to do is get to the back-to-back moves, and that would be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing, as the opponent quit the match. So you can see a nice 4-on-1 there. For the final set, would I recommend this team? Absolutely fucking not. It's got so many weaknesses, and all the Pokemon are so squishy. I think if you're on a team like this, Niantic should actually give me an extra shield. But on a more serious note, if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing, and I will see you